Hi guys, sorry I'm not there today. Wish I was, hope you're having a really good day. Today we are going to learn how to find the slope from 2 points. So if you know 2 points of a line, you can find the slope of the line using the following formula. So we know that slope equals the rise over the run, meaning how far up or down between 2 points and how far to the left or right between 2 points. So if we're given the points, then we can use this formula. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And all that means is this is the change in the y values, or the rise, and this represents the change in the x values. Or how far to the left or right we went. All right, this note says the y-coordinate you use first in the numerator must correspond to the x-coordinate you use first in the denominator. And all that means is that our y and our x make up a point. So that is one of the points, and this is the other point. And that'll make more sense down here. So here's some examples. Find the slope of the line through each pair of points. So I'm going to start by writing the formula y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And now I'm going to actually label the coordinates in my point. So the -2 is the x-coordinate of the first point, so I'm going to call it x1. And the 6 is the y-coordinate of the first point, so I'm going to call it y1. The 4 is the x-coordinate of the second point, so I'm going to call it x2. And the 3 is the y-coordinate of the second point, so I'm going to call it y2. And now we can just plug these into our equation. So we're going to take y2, which is 3, minus y1, which is 6, divided by x2, which is 4, minus x1, which is -2. I know that 3 minus 6 is the same as 3 plus -6, so that would be -3. And I know that 4 minus -2 is 4 plus 2, so that would be 6. Now I want to show that this is a negative slope, so I am going to write the negative right out with the fraction bar to show that the entire slope is negative. So it's a -3/6 slope. I could simplify that to be -1/2, but this is the distance between the y-coordinates, and this is the distance between the x-coordinates of the 2 points we picked. So I'm just going to keep it like that. All right, for our next example, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to label these. That is the first coordinate of that's the x-coordinate of the first point. So I'm going to call it x1. This is the y-coordinate of the first point. So I'm going to call it y1. This is the x-coordinate of the second point. So I'm going to call it x2. And this is the y-coordinate of the second point. So let's call it y2. Now we can just plug it into the formula. We got y2, which is -5, minus y1, which is 4, over x2, which is -2, minus x1, which is 4. I know that -5 minus 4 is the same as -5 plus -4, which is -9. And I know that -2 minus 4 is the same as -2 plus -4, which is -6. We know that a negative divided by a negative is a positive, so this is going to be a positive slope, and it's going to be 9/6. And I am not going to turn that into a mixed number because we need our rise and our run. Write the third example. I'm going to write the formula here, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. I'm going to label the coordinates of the point. That is x1, that is y1. This is x2 and y2. Plug them into the formula. We've got y2, which is -2, minus y1, which is also negative 2, over x2, which is 3, minus x1, which is negative 8. I know that negative 2 minus negative 2 is the same as negative 2 plus 2, so that's 0. 3 minus negative 8 is the same as 3 plus 8, so that's 11. And 0 divided by 11 is 0. So I know this is a 0 slope. We also know that the change in, never mind, I'm not going to go there. All right, so that's just a 0 slope. And then for our last example, let's label these again. The 7 is the x1, the negative 3 is the y1. This is the x2, the other 7, and the 2 is the y2. Plugging them into the formula, we've got y2, which is 2, minus y1, which is negative 3, over x2, which is 7, minus x1, which is 7. 2 minus negative 3 is the same as 2 plus 3, which is 5. And 7 minus 7 is 0. And we know you can't divide anything by 0, so this is undefined. All right, so keep your notes out so you can use them during the practice. I hope you have an awesome day, and I will see you tomorrow.